Students, in the previous video we will discuss about the various steps in plant breeding program. Now in this video we will discuss about high yielding varieties and plant breeding for diseases. So first we will discuss about high yielding varieties. India is basically agricultural country. So agriculture contributes 33% of GDP and also gives employment about 62% of population. So about 62% of population depends on agriculture. So after India's independence, the major problems faced by the country to produce enough food to the increased population, and it is possible during 1962 2000 period, and this period in India, this period is often also called Green Revolution. What is Green Revolution? So Green Revolution means to produce semi-dwarf varieties or to produce high yielding varieties of rice and wheat, and it is carried out by India. It is carried out by M.S. Swaminathan. So M.S. Swaminathan is also regarded as father of Green Revolution in case of India. And now we will look at some important high yielding varieties. The first one is wheat, and from the 1960 to 2000 year, the production of wheat increased from 11 million tons to 75 million tons. And while the production of rice increased from 35 million tons to 89.5 million tons. It was due to development of semi-dwarf varieties of rice and wheat. And some lines of Kalyan Sona and Sonalika. These two are the hybrid varieties of wheat, and many lines of Kalyan Sona and Sonalika were developed in India with the help of plant breeding program. And the second example was rice, and semi-dwarf varieties of rice were developed from IR8 at International Rice Research Institute, which was located at Philippines, and Techung Native 1, it was from Taiwan, and semi-dwarf varieties of rice were developed from IR8 and Techung Native 1. In India, two semi-dwarf varieties are Zaya and Ratna. These two high yielding varieties were developed in India with the help of plant breeding program. And one more example is sugarcane. The scientific name of sugarcane is Saccharum officinarum and Saccharum barber, and one species is known as Saccharum barberi. Saccharum barberi is usually grown in North Indian soils, but it had poor sugar content. And also it had poor yield. And one more species, that is called Saccharum officinarum, but it did not grow well in North Indian soils, but it had rich sugar content and also thick stems, and it produced large amount of yield. And some hybrid varieties of sugarcane which are obtained from Saccharum barberi and Saccharum officinarum, they have desired combination of characters like high yield, high sugar content, and they also grow well in belt of North Indian soils. And some millets like bajra, jowar, all these varieties, semi-dwarf varieties or high yielding varieties, were developed in India with the help of conventional plant breeding program. So these are some examples of high yielding varieties. So now we will discuss about plant breeding for disease resistance. Plant breeding for disease resistance. Plant breeding for disease resistance, and usually bacterial, fungal, viral and nematode pathogens, and these pathogens usually attack the number of cultivated crops. Now then the crop loses up to 20 to 30%. In such conditions, if for made disease resistant varieties, then the amount of food production increased, as well as use of bactericide and fungicide would also be reduced. But before made a disease resistant varieties, the plant breeder must know the positive organism and mode of transmission. And some examples of bacterial diseases, fungal diseases and viral diseases are: some examples are white rust of crucifers, and some fungal diseases like late blight of potato, and some viral diseases are tobacco mosaic, turnip mosaic, and these are the some diseases which are caused by some of the pathogens like bacteria, virus and nematodes. And actually here we will discuss plant breeding for disease resistance. So what is disease? So disease is unhealthy condition caused by defective nutrition or unfavorable environment or defective genotypes, all these conditions. And the organism which cause disease is called pathogen, and the organisms in which disease is produced by pathogen, that is called host. And the development of diseases in plants depends on mainly three characters. So what are the three characters? Host genotype, pathogen genotype, and environment. So these three characters mainly depends on diseases produced in case of plants: a host genotype, pathogen genotype, and environment. And some host organisms are able to prevent the strains of pathogenic organisms, and such organisms are called disease resistant organisms, or the ability is called disease resistance. But some of the host organisms are unable to prevent the strains of pathogenic genotypes, such carried out by various breeding programs, and the important one is conventional breeding. So already I told you conventional breeding. In conventional breeding there are normal steps: collection of germplasm, evaluation and selection of parents, cross hybridization among the selected parents, and selection of superior recombinants, and commercialization for new cultivars. So with the help of conventional breeding in India, so many disease resistant varieties were developed, and they are wheat. The variety of wheat is Himgiri. Himgiri has disease resistant against leaf and curl star and heelbud. Second one is Brassica, and Brassica has a Pusa swarnim variety. It has disease resistance against white rust. And third one is cauliflower. It has two varieties, Pusa subra and Pusa snowball. It has disease resistance against black rot disease. And another one is coffee. The variety of coffee is Pusa pomer. It has disease resistance against bacterial blight. The last one is chili. The variety of chili is Pusa sativa. It has disease resistance against chili mosaic, tobacco mosaic, and leaf type. And all these varieties are developed in India with the help of plant breeding technique. And next, so many important techniques are also used to develop some disease resistant varieties of cultivated crops. And one more important program, plant breeding program for disease resistance, that is mutational breeding. That is mutational breeding. So what is mutation? So mutation means it is sudden heritable change in the genome of an organism, and these mutations are due to base sequence in confined gene or chromosome structure or chromosome number. And mutations are usually two types: spontaneous mutations and induced mutations. Spontaneous mutations, they are usually occurred in nature. They spontaneously occur, and the spontaneous mutations are also called somatic mutations. And some useful somatic mutations are involved in crop improvement for only vegetatively propagated plants. For example, seedless grapes, novel orange, and these are some of the important varieties which are developed with the help of useful somatic mutations. And next, induced mutations. And induced mutations, these mutations are induced by some of the agents. And the agents which induce mutations, these agents are called mutagens. And mutagens are basically two types. Some mutagens are called chemical mutagens, and some of them are called physical mutagens. Chemical mutagens: ethyl, methane sulfonate, one of the chemical mutagen. And physical mutagens are usually radiations, some X-rays, gamma rays, UV rays. So these are some of the examples for physical mutagens. And induced mutagens also useful to improve the many cultivated crops which have resistance against diseases. And mutational breeding also used to improve. It is also used to improve resistance to yellow mosaic virus. Yellow mosaic virus in bindi. The scientific name of bindi is Abelmoschus esculentus, and it has disease resistance against yellow mosaic virus, and this variety is popularly known as Perbani. It is commonly known as Perbani Kranti. In Perbani Kranti, the disease resistance against yellow mosaic virus, that is due to mutational. And one more technique which is used to improve disease resistance in many cultivated crops, that is polyploidy in plum, or it is also called polyploidy breeding. So what is polyploidy? Polyploidy means if more than two sets of chromosomes, present in a genome per cell is called polyploidy or this condition is called polyploid. And usually polyploidy occurs in nature, that is due to failure of separation of chromosomes during anaphase. Usually that is due to non-disjunction or non-formation of spindle fibers. And the most common crops which having polyploidy conditions, they are wheat, sugarcane, tobacco, and all these plants usually naturally they contain polyploidy condition. So depending on number of genome, polyploids are called triploid. Triploid means 3 sets of chromosomes. Then tetraploid, 4 sets of chromosomes. Pentaploid, 5 sets of chromosomes. And hexaploids, 6 sets of chromosomes. If more than 2 sets of chromosomes present, that is called polyploidy condition. So in polyploidy conditions with odd number, polyploid conditions with odd number, they do not form synapses. So that's why that they are propagated vegetatively. For example, banana and pineapple. Banana and pineapple, they have polyploids with odd numbers, and when they contain polyploids with odd number, they do not form synapses. That's why they are propagated only vegetatively. And these polyploids, the polyploids are usually two types: autopolyploids and allopolyploids. The first one is autopolyploids. Autopolyploids means it is the numerical increase. It is the numerical increase of same chromosome or same genome. For example, this is the autotetraploid. It is the numerical increase, same number of chromosome increase twice or quadruple, and this is called autotetraploid. And autotetraploid is the common autopolyploid, and autopolyploids usually present in some of the cultivated plants like wheat, rice, and cultivated crops with autopolyploids usually they provide Gigas effect. Gigas effect means huge size. The autopolyploid means it is the numerical increase, same number of chromosomes increase twice and all. So a numerical increase of same chromosome number in a genome, that is called auto means same, polyploid means same type of genome increased twice or twice. And autopolyploids usually they are occur naturally in wheat, rice and gram, and they produce Gigas effect. The second one is second type of polyploid. Second type of polyploid is called allopolyploids. In allopolyploids, generally they have been developed due to hybridization between two species and doubling the number of chromosomes. For example, this is one species and this is another species, and these two are hybridized and to produce hybrid varieties, and these hybrid varieties contain double the number of chromosomes. So it is the allopolyploids have been developed between cross hybridization between two species and follow the doubling number of chromosomes. And allotetraploids are the common alloploids. So with the help of allopolyploids, the one variety that is called triticale is the formation of triticale is possible only due to allopolyploids. And triticale is the first man-made hybrid, and it has been developed by cross hybridization between wheat and rye. So the scientific name of wheat is Triticum turgidum. The scientific name of rye is Sikkim, and these two are cross hybridized to form triticale, and triticale is the first man-made hybrid which also contain disease resistance against various diseases. So it is the plant breeding for disease resistance. Thank you.